Miss Marsh. This is my poem analysis for the song called The Riddle by Five for Fighting. So I just performed my song. Again, that was The Riddle by Five for Fighting. I chose this song mostly because, one, it's one of my favorite songs, and that's because the meaning of the song is so much more than what you hear in other lyrics. It's not just talking about, oh, we're never gonna get back together, or I'm so in love with you, or like partying and stuff like that. It's really a deep and meaningful message. It starts out with the performer saying that he was talking to this elderly man that was probably sick or just getting old and he was about to die, and he said, what's the point of life, basically. He says, and I asked him, what's the sense in life? And the man just says, why do you have to ask that question? Or he says, boy, why you gotta sing that tune? Catch a Dylan song, Send Eclipse of the Moon. He's basically talking about appreciating the small things and appreciating those little wonders that just bring happiness to people in life. The next line is, you will see Then he said, here's a riddle. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world, you and I. So he's saying that the reason basically we exist, which is kind of the whole entire question of the song, is why do we exist? Why are our lives important in this huge, giant universe that we don't even know, like, we're just on one planet, we don't even know what else is out there, why are we relevant to anything? He's saying that we can make our lives meaningful and relevant by creating relationships in our lives and making connections with people and just having good relationships with the people around us and loving one another as much as we can. So when it comes to those relationships in the song, the man has three main relationships. The first one is friendship, which is with the old man and how he trusts him and he talks to him. The second is with his son, which starts with the second verse. He says, I picked up my kid from school today. Did you learn anything? Because in the world today you can't live in a castle far away. So he's just talking about how he wants the best for his son, and he wants him to be educated, because you can't just dilly-dally. You can't have what they have in the movies or the stories. You have to work hard for your success, and you have to work hard to survive. And then his son says the profound line, Dad, I'm big, but we're smaller than small. In the scheme of things, well, we're nothing at all. Which is basically saying, like, if you think about it, we're just this tiny little speck on this tiny little planet in this tiny little galaxy in this huge entire universe. Even though we think the world basically revolves around us, why is that even important? Why does that matter about anything? How can one person's life change anything, basically, in the whole entire universe? But he says, but that doesn't matter. I still want you to play with me. I still want to have a good life. And so that's kind of another emphasis on the father-son relationship. Then you get to the verse, and in the verse he says, there are secrets that we still have left to find. There have been mysteries from the beginning of time. There are answers we're not wise enough to see. But if you're looking for a clue, I love you free. So basically they're saying, like, there's all these unknown wonders in the world. How do we know what's out there? We're not even smart enough to comprehend the possibilities of what's out there in the whole entire universe. But by loving someone, you can really feel what those little wonders might bring you, because that's such a powerful feeling. So then at the very end, it says, the batter swings and the summer flies as I look into my angel's eyes, which is his last relationship, which is a romantic relationship with his wife. By now, time has passed and he's obviously older and wiser. His son's probably moved out and continued his life on his own. And then he says, something comes over me, so he's kind of finally realizing. He says, I guess we're big and I guess we're small. If you think about it, we got it all, but because we're all we got on this bouncing ball. And I love you free, I love you freely. He's just saying that you need to appreciate what we have and how lucky we are to have what we do have and be able to live these meaningful lives and have great opportunities, even though we're so irrelevant in the whole entire scheme of life. The last is, here's a riddle for you, find the answer. There's a reason for the world, you and I. And that's like, it's a chorus, so it's the main underlying message, which is like this riddle that we've been trying to figure out ever since the beginning of time, is what's the meaning of life? Why do we exist? And he's just saying the reason for the world is you and I. It's us and our relationship and the happiness and the time that we share together and how we can make that meaningful. And lastly, I think this poem represents me because I really value the relationships that I have with my friends and family, and the message that the poem sends is centralized around how others don't bring your happiness, but others really contribute to the quality of your life, and we wouldn't be able to get by without each other, and that's what really matters. So yeah.